this ex that you may had not known about, they sold out to trying to destroy you. Okay? And the Most High was letting me know that this person is going to be returning back to you, going to try to return back to you. We talked about this, but the Most High want to once again capitalize it because it's going to happen. I don't know when the arrival is going to be, but I'm just here to give you guys a heads up because the Most High, he tells us everything. If they was wondering how we know, is because that man upstairs, okay, he sits high and he sees everything. Okay, I'm talking about he got ears in rooms that you don't think that he's in. He's in. Okay, and he tells his children everything. Okay, and what's happening is they're trying to figure out how to get back with you. I don't know why. You should be the last person, ma'am, sir. You should be the last person that these folks ever want to talk to. Like when they tried to, do what they did to you. Okay, they really tried to do that thing to you. Like they really tried to, ruin your whole entire life. And look, confirmation. Okay? They don't want you to, this enemy don't want you to know this information. It was noise campaigns all day today because the adversary knew I was going to spill the tea. Before y'all start gathering up in meetings and trying to figure out a solution, we here to tell you that we know. And the answer is no. There is no access. We don't want to hear something that we already know, and we don't want nothing to do with you. You sellouts. We don't. We should have it on our forehead. No sellout zone. We don't care. And we're not interested at all. You will be a dummy. You'll be a fool to come up in somebody's face when they already know the truth. We know the truth. You tried it. You tried to do your best. Like they gave you resources. They gave you witches to go to. They even gave you some of the sellouts according to this person's kins. The kinfolks. To help you out. Gave you all these little allies to try to take out this person, and you still couldn't do that. And now you want to come back in their face and try to play like you in disguise. Look at all these noises. I'm telling you, they don't want you guys to know about what's about to occur. Like these folks are coming back, they're returning, but they trying to return in some type of disguise. Like you don't know what just took place, like what they tried to do. And it's like this person can never be trusted. We don't have no hard feelings or no hard heart towards these folks, but you just can't be trusted. You just would never be on a team that you betrayed. And you really tried to get rid of. Like I'm telling you, they went hard. They tried to get all different people. They tried to turn, if this was a man, they tried to turn some woman to rise up against you, some witch group to rise up against you. If you some man, they had tried, get some of these men, from probably the LGBT, community to rise up against you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure y'all know about it. Yes, they did that. And then the fact that you still here and, nothing happened to you. You actually overcame all that stuff. And now they try to show up. Try to plead their case. Because they about to get the biggest karma. They already walking in it. But they thinking like you can help them. Like if I say my wrongs or whatever or commit or try to, tell some type of story to this person, maybe this would give me half of the sentence of this case that I'm in. No, ma'am, sir. I don't know what you thought. This ain't no get out card. You didn't do the bargain that you sold out to do. So now you're going to have to pay. Didn't nobody tell you to take that plead of trying to really, because I'm telling you guys, it was something that the offer that they took and they couldn't do it. They couldn't do the offer according to what they said they could do. And now that their time has came to an end, Now they trying to get out of it by trying to come to you. When you see these folks and they coming to you, please don't think it's because of the kindness of their heart and they feel as though, they did a dirty deed and they want to say they wrongs and sorry to you. You got to be crazy. I'm just telling you, you know what I'm saying? Because there's so much funny, phony activity going on, and folks really be thinking that, we slow and stupid. You know what I'm saying? Why would you go figure that y'all had a meeting and you thinking you can send them over here? Why? Have y'all not, got enough of getting embarrassed and getting exposed? I would think y'all would have had got enough of this. Y'all just keep coming back just to get exposed and get embarrassed all over again. I'm confused. I'm so confused. I'm what did these people not get? That this is the light over here. We're gonna expose every activity. It's all light. It's just a big ball of light. Y'all know y'all go in the hospital and they got that light there that just irritating because you can't go to sleep because it's too bright. It's uncomfortable because it's can you dim it a little bit so I can actually vibe and be comfortable in here? That's what we carry. So why would you come over here with all that stuff on you, right? And you come over here as if you're not going to be seen for what's on you. These people is crazy. I would think they had enough. You know what I'm saying? I really would think they'll depart and they'll go their own way. They'll never return. Yeah, it's why? It's I'm telling you guys, they're thinking about returning to you. And they want to actually play this character that will soften your heart and you would give in, to the demon. Yeah. They all I gotta do is do this and do that and, and I can just, make my way in. As if they really got a seat in. You don't see nothing that going on. Nothing funny. They was behind your whole demise. They even set up clones. They tried to remodel clones that resemble you. You got a bunch of clones. And and it's just oh, thank you. And it's so funny, y'all. I'm telling you guys, all this has already been coming out and they still want to play in your face. They still want to show up. Hoping that something would change. Something you didn't really see what you actually seen. Or you didn't actually believe what actually was what it was. It's crazy. It's crazy, y'all. And the Most High said, man, tell my people this. Because when folks start showing up, I need them to understand, don't ever forget who these people is. These people are not your friend. These people are not someone that you should be putting on your team, that you should be talking to, associating with, or even have around you. That's how, separated you should be with these people. These people were the people that was part of trying to be your downfall, trying to make sure, was up to sabotage you the whole entire time. This is what these people was. I'm talking about the op gave them resources to do this stuff. Because remember, they sold out to it. So the op gave them resources to try to, sabotage you and really try to take you down. Yes. And they were going to come in as a superhero. Once they got you so down and out, you know, they were going to come back. Remember, they was going to come back anyway. Like, the whole gig was for them to come back to be like your hero, even though they're still going to be your villain. It was never going to change. Like, there was going to be like your Judas, but they was always going to come back, and they were going to try to play that Superman or Superwoman in your life, but still behind your back, still sabotaging you, still trying to destroy you. But you were going to see them as your superhero, you know, like, was going to come back and help you type of thing. It's so weird. Like, when the Most High was describing this thing to me, it was so far-fetched and weird. I was like, what? Like, how you going to be a villain and try to be a Samaritan at the same time? No, I don't live by the river, sir. I don't live in this van right now. I'm about to, but not right now. What I was saying, it was so weird when the Most High was explaining that to me. But dang, that sounds really good. You know, living by the river. I mean, man, you're putting stuff in my head, Lord. But the Most High was when he was explaining this to me. It was so far-fetched, but then again, they wanted to be your handler at the end of the day. Like, they wanted you to need them so that they could be your handler, so that the payouts can still happen according to you, because they was paying these people out to do stuff to you, so they needed to be in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as you don't have these folks in your life, and, you know, even from afar, and they doing stuff to you, and it don't work, you know what I'm saying, as what you should be. Because the goal is to see you in jail, to see you removed. I'm talking about remove, you know, like no existence, or to see you, like, you know, sprung out. Y'all know that's what the goal was. Your goal wasn't to see you walking around and you look like a breath of fresh air, you know, around doing your big one as if you're not being touched. So now they feel like they got to come closer because the stuff that they're doing from afar is not working. So they're trying to move in a little bit closer to see if they can do damage if they're closer in, encounter with you. Because the far distance of attacking, that ain't doing nothing to you. So they're like, man, we got to move in. But thing is, you not moving in. And the things that you got to bear right now, like you got to endure, you like, if that's my, you know, my calling to endure that, I will endure that. You're not getting close to me. You're not getting close to me. I don't know what you think in your head of, oh, you know, like a giving hand. Ain't nobody taking nothing out of your dirty hand. What? Your hands are dirty. We don't want no part. What are you not understanding? You're still not comprehending that. That's the thing. They thinking like, okay, so since you are suffering with this, you're suffering with that, or you're enduring this, or I could help you with that. They gonna come in like that. They're gonna come in like that. You're gonna know exactly who they are because how they gonna try to come in. As if trying to be some super saver. Like, you need to be saved. You need to be saved more than me. Let's not get it twisted. You need more saving than me. That's why you're trying to come in and get close to who? We're not checking for you. We don't even know that y'all even exist. You coming in according to our end. What you here for? Desperate times and desperate measures? Is that why you here? Because you thought you could do something from a distance and you failed horribly? You look ashamed? Folks not believing in you no more because you told them what you could do and you can't? So now they like, well, I can't just be the walk of shame. Why don't I just drop my ego a little bit and see if I can get a little bit closer? You're going to be walking to shame again because you ain't getting closer. You'll be a dummy. You'll be a fool to think that folks ain't going to see you. The mask already been ripped off, ma'am, sir. A long time ago. The mask, every mask of each and every last one of you It already came off a long time ago. So you coming in as somebody that you think you hidden and you're disguised of, but you naked. You coming in naked. They think they got some type of covering over them, but we see them naked. Walk of shame again. The laughing stock again. They been and thought that they could play something, like they could do something that could make you look at them differently. I believe in some type of witchcraft. They gonna think like they could put over themselves so that, you know, maybe they probably siphon somebody else's energy or something and trying to wear it so that when they come to you, you know, you will see them a different way. You know what I'm saying? Because they do that. Witches, warlocks, they do that. They, before they want to, you know, manipulate somebody, they have to steal somebody else's essence and energy and, you know, their aura before they come to you so that you can look at them like, oh, he's great. She's great. Even though you really are like siphoning, like not siphoning, but you're really picking up somebody else's, you know, somebody else's energy that they had stolen. Yeah. So you thinking like, oh man, that person, this is how they do. This is what they do. That's why some of you guys probably got by them before, because you thought they was one thing, but they was a whole different thing. Because the person that they just left, they took on them. I mean, before they left, they took 100% on them, and then they came to you. If you was ever wondering how you got, that's how you got. And now they trying to come back, but they trying to do the same thing as what they did to you before. You know, when they first met you, they're gonna do that same thing. You know, but it's gonna be in a different energy. Some poly energy that they feel like you may like, oh, this person has changed. This person and this person learned their lesson. This person, you know, they want you to get in that category of it being that way. But it's far from the truth. They're the same person. They don't never change. They just steal people's energies and essence so that it can blind people to believe something that they're not. And they know they only got a modern time. So they got to come in and try to do that work on you, because it's only a matter of time before you see them for who they is. But they got to understand that our eyes is lit to it being exactly who you are. And never we could see that. We could see exactly who you are, ma'am, sir. So if that was your intentions, if that was your motive of coming in like that, don't embarrass yourself. Because there is no cult, like trying to cult yourself, you know, into another cult or another wardrobe. That's not going to help you. That's not going to help you. Somebody said, as a child. I can see it. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, it's clear as day. You know what I'm saying? We got, and then the fire that we were in, you know, it upped in our gifts of everything down here in this matrix system. You know, like we have upgraded in our gifts. It's not the same. It's even more higher. Everything has became upgraded with our gifts. So folks is literally gonna embarrass themselves. Like, I'm serious. They're gonna get so embarrassed, and they're gonna be mad at you, because they're gonna figure out why they can't, like, manipulate you. Like, why can't they deceive you like everybody else? So that's when the anger from them is gonna start, you know, trying to project on you. And like I say, all you wanted to do was be left alone in the first place. You know, I don't even know why they took that offer according to you anyway. You took that. Now the pressure is on you. They took something they thought that, you know, they could do according to you. You're not like the rest. You totally different from the rest. What they thought. Now that the pressure's on and your op folks is now speaking of you like, hey, what's going on? What's going on? It ain't looking as if what you said, it ain't looking like what it is. So now they thinking like, well, I got another idea. I'm just gonna try to get close to that person. Okay. Okay, sir, ma'am. Getting close. Hold on, you guys. Hold on, you guys. Let me, I gotta find the charger to this phone. Okay. Okay. I had to find the charger. It should be. Someone said, hold on, let me fix it a little bit. Ooh. Okay. Hopefully that's... Okay. Somebody said they probably gotta pay. Yeah, they gotta pay a lot. They gotta pay. That pay... And it's on both ends, too. It's just not on the enemy side. It's on the Most High side, too. So you understand it's a double whammy. Like a rude awakening. Because remember, these folks had a promise to the adversary, the op, right? And now the Most High is on their head. According to what they did. So, you know, it's just a lot of pressure. Like, they're not getting no sleep. You know, they just going through all these... just horror, this a nightmare. And they just like, okay, if I'm gonna try one more time for this person, I'm gonna try to do this. They just trying to do all this stuff, and seeing if it's gonna work on you. And you just like walking around here. They gotta, as you wake up every day, they gotta see you again. And the witchcraft didn't work. The projection of the negative, you know, this negative frequency that they tried to put you in to try to curse you, it didn't work. You know, and it's like, nothing is going down to shackles. And even if you do got to endure this and that, it's still not enough to bring you down. Like, you were supposed to, I'm telling you guys were supposed to be in an institution right now, or not here. In an institution where you had a handler, like controlling you, keeping you locked, caged in, stuck. Or you weren't supposed to be here at all. You free. You ain't even been touched. Like, all this stuff that these people, if the Most High really just like give you, like, I'm talking about a whole blueprint of what they tried to do, you would understand what I'm saying. How of a mockery the predicament they're in. Based off of something that they thought that was gonna take you out 1,000 times ago. And it didn't. So this is the reason why they're trying their best to get close to you right now. Because folks is hitting them up like, do you not know this person is still this? They still videotaping you, still taking pictures. Like, you know this person's right here, right? You know this person doing this, right? You know, they just saying all this stuff that you're actually doing. You know? And that you wasn't supposed to be doing. That was supposed to be it. A long time ago. Of what they did to you. And you still moving. You still doing. You're still in high spirits. You know, like, you're not spiritually dead. You're not mentally dead. I mean, you got all this life up in you. That was supposed to be gone. You still care about yourself. You have a sense of still caring. That was supposed to be gone. You were supposed to be just scratching your head on the floor somewhere. Eating, I don't know, probably dirt. That's the caring that you shouldn't not have right now. Hey. Off of what they tried to do. And you just like walking around as if you like them, like random people out here that ain't never been touched. Like you ain't going through a whole sabotage witch and warlock crew. Part of the some type of cult system. Ain't after you. That you walking around here as if that you ain't going through nothing. I'm talking about according to your enemy of what they tried to do. You have a whole cult. Do you not understand? Like when they come after you, it's like they normally get people in an institution, in jail, or in some type of asylum where they got handlers handling them, or you just not here at all. This is what only choice when they put you in this program, in this system, and they come after you like this. This is what you're supposed to be to end up in. You're not supposed to be up here, still got your mind, still got your body, spirit, soul, light in you, still doing things that you shouldn't. How are you still doing? How are you still functioning the way that you're functioning when they put you in this stage where you're supposed to be shut down? Everything. This is normally the result of it, is what I'm talking about. But it wasn't with you. And they're trying to figure out what's the difference? What's so different about you? Because everybody else was like, as you guys see, walk out your home, go downtown. They was in that program. That's why they lost their mind. They was put in a program like yourself. Let's not get it twisted. And for some reason, that wasn't your outcome. And they trying to figure out how. They trying to figure out how. Because matter of fact, they did the maxima to you than everybody else. I'm talking about they did everything. They tried. They tried to use everything against you to second guess the Most High, to make it feel like you're just on your own. Nobody understands you. Who's going to believe me that I'm going through this torment and this and this that. Make you want to lose hope, lose your mind. Go mentally insane, because it's like something some reality that they put on you that you have to just uphold. And no one would understand you, because who would believe that? This is what a lot of divine ones, they try to put you in this program and have you going through. And then they have a bunch of people they can already hack as devices around you to make it even worse, where they feel as though you don't get any peace. If you don't know how to control frequencies, you're screwed, because they're going to constantly keep sending all these negative frequencies at you to, try to somewhat get at you. Right. But they trying to figure out, how did you overcome that, though? People don't overcome that. So they trying to figure out, how did you overcome it? Remember, it was so many that went through it, and they got legally, unlawfully control and over these people. But you, that was put through that same motion, even on a higher scale, how did you overcome that? That's something in their psyche that they don't understand. What's the difference? They tried this and that and over the top, and it still didn't bind you. Like, what made you just think like you could just change it and make it work for you? Whatever they put you in, and you could just change it and make it work for you. According to wherever they put you in or they have you going through, how could you change it and make it work for you? That's what they don't understand that. Like, how are you doing that? They seems to always put you through it, like have you there, and you do something to make it work for you to where you're on top. You get back on top. And it don't take long either. They were thinking even if you do climb to the top, it'll take a couple years. It don't take even years. It may take maybe slightly a week for you to figure something out of what they did, and then you know how to master something, and then you come back up as if you're playing that little block, the little block cube game where you got to match all the, the colors and get out of it. That's what you do. But it don't take long for you to do it. And they sit back here and watch this. And they watch everybody else that they put through that too. But you just do it with ease. As if it wasn't something that was like, the ruby cubes. You do that and you figure it out. And then you just like toss it and you walk away. And everybody else is frantic, like stuck. Like, oh my gosh, I don't know, I can't believe this. And you just like walk the freak out. That's not normal to these folks. That's not normal to them. Thank you. It's not normal. They don't see you as being normal. The people that they even hired against you were like some people that they respected and they honored because they always do the job. And they can't even do it according to you. So they don't know who you are. All they can probably do is just set up these random folks and just watch you work at this point. That's it. Because they have been and try to put you in all these like scenarios of you getting trapped. And you seem to, like the Rubik's Cube, you seem to get out quick. It don't take much. It don't take much time. It doesn't, it's like it was nothing to you. It was like something that you found sometimes fun. Because you probably was bored. When it's supposed to be a frightening, scary, traumatic moment that they put on you. But it wasn't. It wasn't tragic. It wasn't like scary. It wasn't like it's supposed to cause some type of commotion up here where you're going to have problems, where you got to go to therapy and all this. It wasn't like that with you. You kind of find it as laughter. As if you knew what was going on and you laughed at the people who tried to do it. That wasn't supposed to be. You wasn't supposed to move on with your life going through such a thing. I mean, you see all these folks who have been put to the program and they're not doing well. But how are you? These are these things. I'm telling you guys, like really channeling, the energy of how these folks feel about you. They've been always wondering this about you. That's why you find looks, like deep looks, when people, when you come outside, people really look at you. I'm talking about deeply, like really, you know what I'm saying? Like really trying to figure out, like, dang, who is you? Cause everybody been and talked about who you is and what plan they have for you, and you walking around here ain't been touched. Don't look like you did. What did they do to you? Have y'all seen off of Players Club when he said, did you even pinch? Did you get a pinch? Did you do anything to this one? What did y'all do? Because it don't look like all that yap that y'all was doing. I can't see it. I can't see it. I'm telling you, these folks be looking at y'all. You can go outside right now, go to the park, go to the store, go whatever, and they'll look at you like, and they're trying to play it off when you look at them. And you be like, oh, hi. Because they don't want to see you actually looking at them. But they be looking at you like, that's crazy. Them folks, they got the blueprint of what they was going to do to you. And you walking around as if, what did y'all do? And you be wondering, you be like, why folks looking at me like that? Like, hello, hey. And some of them be like, hey. Like, trying to, like, basically trying to give you honors. Like, this is the one right here. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want to tell you that. But they be like knowing, and they be like trying to give you like, you know, your little props. Like, these folks try to come for you and they look stupid, you know. I caught that yesterday. It was a man, it was like a white man, you know, a so-called white man. He was sitting outside or whatever, and he was just looking at me. And I was just like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, letting him know, hey, you know, I'm gonna need you to stop looking at me like that, you know? And then when I had got my ice, because I always get ice from there. I got my ice, and he was like, all right, you take care. You take care. And I was like, yeah, you too. But he knew, you know, whatever he knew, it had transpired according to whoever said something to him or whoever tried to plan something, and it didn't work. They like, dang, she rolling. This is regular day for her, like it always is, you know. So they knew the plan that these folks had for your life, but it didn't prosper. So they always will ever look at you as being like something in their head, like something very, I don't know. I don't even know the words. Like, you know, it's something that you can't explain. It will be that, like, that thought will be in their head about you, because it's always you always been a target, you know, for these folks to, you know, for some type of show that they had, like, so they can laugh and stuff. And the show never ever turns out according to how they want. Hey, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, you know. It's something, but again, the Most High, he, you know, was the Most High's plan. You know, he always considered some his people that's supposed to, you know, awaken people. You know, awaken people to who the Most High is at the end of the day. You know, because some folks don't even believe in him. Don't even believe in it. But we here letting them know that, yeah, he's here. He's here. And now you got folks researching the Most High. I'm talking about these unbelievers. They're now researching, you know, the Most High. And, you know, they digging deep in it. Because it has to be something. Because this is not all. This is a different outcome. You are a different outcome. I'm telling you, they have people. It don't take much for them to destroy people. It had them bugged out, had them going all crazy and out of their identity, out of their whole soul. You know, this how they break them down. They break them down to where they out of their whole soul. They don't even know who they is no more after they get done with them. It's like you get better. You know, it's like you sharpen up for the best. When they come for you, it's like you get even more. Like, it's just crazy. They like, what is going on? Yeah, Most High been here. But he get a good laugh when they come after us. You know what I'm saying? He get a good laugh. Because we totally different. Whatever they thought that they could do according to us, we're going to awake them. We're going to awaken them. You know, they're going to have so many awakenings playing with us. You know how many thousands and thousands of people they sent our way? Y'all, it's so many people they sent. I'm talking about in different countries, in different states, you know, in different cult associations. You know how many that is. You know, it's crazy. And it's like they witness you that still ain't been touched. And it's like I said before, it's like you got better. It's like your awareness and the gifts that was given to you has lit up even more. Like everything a part of you just lit 1,000 times. Like lighter. It's like, they like, dang, were we doing good to them? Or are we doing like, what are we actually doing? It seems like we're doing better for them than what we're trying to do. So it's like they stepping back, trying to figure out like, what is it? What's the plan for this one? Right? They gotta keep going back to the drawing tables. Like, we're still stuck. We still don't really know. It's like, you still don't know? You still really don't know what's actually taking place and who these people really is. Yeah, it's really beyond. They still don't understand that we're beyond this realm, this dimension. Where it's like it has to be something beyond this already. Like it should already been a ding ding. These people are really not from here in this dimension, in this frequency, in this era. Ding ding. What? Why is it taking y'all that long to figure this out? They still trying to match you up with this when you're this. These supposed to be smart people. I'm talking about they getting folks that was scientists and philosophers and psychologists, all these people. Highest witches and wizards and necromancers and all these high supposed to be people, right? They still can't figure you out. They still can't figure you out. I'm telling you, they getting like the highest level of people who masterminds, supposed to be masterminds, right? They pay these people. They still doing stuff that doesn't connect to who you is. They still trying to set you up on minor, things that they know you're gonna figure it out. They know you're gonna figure that out. That's not on your level. Your IQ level and your scene is way beyond that. So they trying to trick you with something that is it's low. It's crazy. All this time, ever since you were a little child, they was watching you and trying to figure out what is going to be the biggest stumbling block and what they can do to put you in, like I said, in the asylum or imprisonment or not here. How can they do that? How can they put you in asylum or put you or get your mind so beat up to where you can have a handler, and then the handler is going to be either a witch or a warlock that's going to be controlling you your whole entire life. Y'all see them people, you see them ones that be at the grocery store where they have this grown child that they got all these problems with them, and they're trying to handle them their whole entire life. That was supposed to be you. One of the predicaments, that was going to be you. If that wasn't that, right? Then they want you imprisonment, where they got these folks telling you what to do, where to eat, when to do this, when to do that. Yeah, they wanted that for you. Yeah, and if not that, then they wanted you in asylum, like psych wards. Oh, you said you said get out there. And it's crazy because me personally, I feel as though every divine one needs to create y'all a tiny home on wheels. I'm not playing. I'm talking about folks that's not even a divine one. I feel as though everybody in the world should create a little, tiny home, on wheels. Like, are you crazy? What? I really do. I do. Like I say, the Most High, he knew that he was going to do something to this system. So he wanted us to have a safe haven, because he knew that what he was going to do according to this system. So he wanted us to enjoy ourselves on earth, without worrying about, too much of bills and, too much of, all this stuff that this system put on us. So this was back in 2018. He had me he was putting this in my mind back in 2018. And he was like, I need you to create that. I need you to do that. And that was so far-fetched too. I didn't believe him. I was like, nah, the Most High ain't talk to me about that. You know, I had my apartment and everything, you know. And I was working at the post office as a mail carrier. And, you know, the Most High was like, hey, I need you to go sell your stuff. And I was like, man, I'm not about to, this is the enemy. You know, I was rebuking and all that, right? And it kept on coming up. And I even met people like, and I was like, and, you know, I was like, oh my gosh, you created that? Like, I'm telling, like, when I was doing mail carrying, I seen them. And I was like, man, this is crazy. Like, you built that? And she was like, yeah. And she was like up eating ice cream and walking, you know, with her dog and stuff. And I was like, man, that's so dope. You know, and she was like, yeah, I've been on the road and I've been doing this ever since 2016. And I was like, wow. And the Most High kept on, you know, putting it in my face of what he wanted me to do. And I had downloaded an app called Offer Up. I'm not sure if you guys know that app, where it's like you can offer up, you can like take a picture and you can like sell it. And it was, you know, and I was like, I started taking pictures of, man, I had so much cute stuff in my apartment. And Most High was like, you know, do it. And I did my mirror. It was a cute little mirror. It was like a 6-foot mirror. It was like chrome, and it had like cute little stones and stuff on it. It was really cute. And I took a picture of it. And one lady had hit me up, and she was like, hey, you know, are you about to sell your mirror? And I was like, yeah, not really. I didn't want to. I told her for real. I said, you know, I wasn't expecting to, because I wasn't expecting for somebody to actually, email, you know, like message me. She was like, no, I'm actually in your area. Like, she was very blunt. She was like, I'm actually in your area. It looked like, you know, I'm like 15 minutes away. You know, I could come pick it up, tomorrow. And I was like, hold up. Like, oh my, the Most High not playing with me. Because that was weird. I was like, okay, so it took me some time to text back. I was like, hold up, I don't want to give up my mirror. I was just trying to try it out. I didn't know that folks are really about to, like, come get my stuff. And I ended up selling pretty much everything on OfferUp. Yep. This was 2018. And I was like, whoa, it was the most scariest thing in my life. You know, I was just like, whoa, like, this is crazy. And after that, I started looking for vehicles. And that's when I had bought my truck. Remember, you guys, I didn't even have this van. I had a truck. And the Most High, I already felt convicted, because the Most High was like, that really wasn't the design. Like, that wasn't what I actually wanted you to have. I want you to go search for a van, you know. But I was so into trucks. They were so cute, you know what I'm saying? I was like, man, when I went to the lot, my whole focus was getting a van. But then I seen these trucks, and I was like, oh my God, these trucks are so dope. They're so cute. And I just see how I'm saying, how the adversary, how he can get in your head. And, you know, that was my downfall there, because I started getting attacked. Because if you leave a door open that's not on your narrow path of what the Most High said, the adversary could come in and he could start attacking you. And I just started getting so many attacks based off of what I had chose, because that wasn't part of my destiny. You know what I'm saying? And man, I just got so much attacked by that truck, to the point where it actually got some company, like from auto repair place, they destroyed it, and they had to pay me out my money for that truck. That's how much spiritual warfare that was attacked. I was getting attacked by that truck or whatever, to the point where I had to almost, you know, go to court and everything based off of them, you know, putting damages on that truck. And they reached out and was like, no, don't take me to court. We'll pay you out or whatever. Because you know me, y'all. I'm a business person. Like, and the thing is, when it comes down to, you know, rights, knowing y'all rights and all this stuff, you know, I know that. You know, I know all the requirements of being unlawful according to businesses, you know. So they don't want to go down and have their license suspended and all that stuff. So they're like, you know, I'm just gonna work with you, whatever. We'll just have to pay you out how much it was. And then that's how I got this van here, if you guys are wondering, you know. But like I said, when it comes down to businesses, They better not play with me, because I know, the regulations and the laws according to, a customer. And when you don't do according to what you're supposed to do, far as your business wise, you're doing unlawful acts, I know. And I definitely will take you in to go see, a judge. I will. So, it happened to me, I don't know, 3 times on my destiny. It happened to where, businesses, they didn't want that action. They always end up paying me out because, they didn't want to get their license, revoked. They didn't want their business license getting revoked because they weren't even planning on me even knowing this. Because remember, we're supposed to be ignorant. We're supposed to be like stupid. So we're not supposed to know nothing. And they're supposed to just, target us. And we're just supposed to just like take it or something. I don't know. But that's how I always come up, according to justice with these unlawful acts that they do. I always, report it. I always... I always go the extra mile according to it. And once again, this is what gets them in trouble. Because the things that they pay people to do in their business, you got to understand, you have a business. Of course, this person can pay you, but understand that your whole life will go down based off of whatever that deal that you had taken and you trying to do. Because that's what they try to do. They got paid off to do something, and they didn't expect for me to know. Because whatever that these people told them that who I was, they believed it. They thought they could get away with that. Like I wasn't going to catch on. Like they can get away with this stuff. And they end up having to lose a lot of money. A lot. And they got folks that wasn't supposed to know what they did. They got them in trouble. To where they were the ones who actually had to pay me. So I tell you, divine ones, if you see unlawful acts towards you, might want to go the extra mile, and you might want to expose that. I'm talking about go to court. Because there's things that they're supposed to follow according to their business, according to law, period. It's their law. Okay? Everybody got to follow. And if you don't, there's consequences. If you want to keep being my blesser, like blessing me, go right ahead. Because I think this is what these enemies are there for, to bless us. Because they keep doing stuff that could bless us. I'm talking about big blessings. To where you ain't got to never worry about none of the day of your life. You'll be sitting up for the rest of your life. Dealing with them. They're willing to risk it all. If you feel like you can report something and you can take it to get justice for that, go ahead and do it. Please don't wait. Go get justice for it. What are we talking about? I can't wait. They never ever allow me to. They be like, ma'am, we'll just pay you. We'll just do it. They never, I never get to go in the courtroom because they know I got so much on them. So they be like, nah, we just gonna pay you out. Royal. You said it. The Most High said your blessings are going to come through them. If you really want to know who going to bless you, your enemy. Your enemies. They're going to. This is what they was set up for, according to you. Because every time I got blessed, it came from them. I'm talking about big blessings. I'm talking about big. Not the little. I'm talking about big. It came through them. They was right on it. Check, written. What time? It's going to take you. It's going to take about like 3 business days because it's going to come through the mail. Long as it get here. I'll be on it. I'm calling back to make sure I got it. Okay, ma'am. Ain't nobody playing with y'all. Nobody playing with y'all. Like Rico. You said the Rico, it's so big. Rico is so big. You might got a lot of information. Like, you know, depending on what information you have now. Like what evidence. Because you have to have evidence. Like you got to have some like cameras of some sort of whatever you got. You got to have some type of email. You got to have, you know, somebody that's speaking that knows something. It got to be some type of evidence. You can't just come in with words. That's what I learned. When I'm dealing with unlawful acts, you got to have that evidence. You know, so hopefully you you know, have your evidence ready. Because if you got your evidence, you can go down there right now. If you got your evidence, you can go down there right now. Because I be having evidence. You know, and you can go down there and get it started right now. Not without waiting. They don't play. With those type of cases, they do not play. You know, especially if it have to do with that or businesses and all, they don't play. It's right away. Right away. And that's why I tell you, divine ones, make sure you got your evidence. You know, start, you know, recording. You know, start, you know, gathering everything. You know, through emails, through, you know, messages, all that. Get all your stuff. You know, everything that come your way, make sure you keep that information. Because that's part of your case. That's part of your case. Yeah. I tell every divine one, I'm like, man, do not stop of you know, getting your information. They're doing this, record it. You see this, record it. You know what I'm saying? You say I try my best to stay out the way. I mean, you know, you can stay out the way at the end of the day. Like, once again, you're going to get justice no matter what. But like I say, if you someone who's good at, you know, like you have a gift of, you know, knowing like injustice acts and how to go about doing it, go do it. Go get your stuff. If you know the ways of the law and the justice system, and you know how to get justice according to, you know, the talent of just the gift that the Most High giving you, go ahead and do it. Don't wait. Do not wait. Because I didn't. When they was doing stuff to me in my car and, you know, they was doing stuff around the house and all this stuff, I was getting my coin. I got my coin. I ain't wait nothing. I was like, man, I will go down there right now. They was like, ring, ring, ring. Okay, what? Yeah. Well, what? Yeah, I do want to pay out. Sure do. And if y'all doing it, constantly do it. So y'all can keep giving me payouts. Because I'm telling you, I was so consistent. I was not playing. I was so consistent and I was so adamant about it because, I mean, you doing this in my face? You giving me evidence. Like some of them, they so like ignorant. They think that you so docile to where even if they did give you evidence, they expecting for you not to know what to do or just not do nothing with it. They will leave it, the evidence right there, and they're expecting for you to just be like, throw your hands up and be like, well, what do I do? Can't do nothing. Oh no, thank you. I'm going right down there. What you mean? You better not leave nothing around me. I'm going right down there. What do you mean? If I find anything, if I know anything, what you mean? They here to bless you. Then you read the Bible, what the Most High said? Your enemy here to bless you. So if they left that there, that was for you to be blessed. What are we talking about? They wanted you to know so that they can bless you. I mean, what we talking about? That's how I look at it. Why would you put that there? It's clear as day, and make it clear that you did that. That's crazy. Now, we don't care about, even when it comes down to believing gang stalking. That's a crime. If you got the evidence, you sure can report it. I mean, look in the media. It was so many brothers and sisters who got justice for reporting that they had a stalker. That's a crime. You can't just be going right here stalking people. And if you got evidence that can, justify what's been happening to you, you could get justice for that. But you have to get evidence. You got to get, you have to have your evidence of it being so. They're not going to just take your word of mouth like, oh, but this is happening, this, and you're telling them a story. They're not, there's nothing they can do with a story. But if you got evidence stating, okay, and you got this, your evidence being of sort, you can get justice for that. Yeah. You got to get used to this. You divine ones, y'all got to maneuver in this, of moving like this, because that's what I got. I started getting accustomed to it. I said, man, I got to start gathering, I got to start moving in a way of, if I do, report this, or if this does happen to me, I need to make sure I have my, everything in line. Because when they was moving, they was moving on all of us all our life. But when it was happening, the first time it was happening to me, I had called and the lady was like, okay, so what do you have? Do you have emails? Do you have text messages? Do you have, because it was like their word against mine type of thing, and that taught me. And I started talking to other, family members and, people when they had gotten into these situations. I was telling them that your word don't mean nothing. You got to have, your evidence of it being so. You need to keep the text messages. You need to keep the emails. You need to keep the, the pictures and the writings and all these, if there's any damages and all this stuff and the dates and the times and all this stuff, you got to keep all that. You got to record and keep all of that. Because once again, it's their word against yours. That followed me. Like that incident that happened to me, I always moved that way because I was like, I got screwed over because I didn't have nothing. I was like, man, I'm telling you what happened. They're like, I'm sorry, ma'am. Just by you telling me, that ain't got nothing to do with it. Like, I really do believe you, but according to, these requirements that's needed to plead your case, you don't have. And I was like, man, that do make sense. Like, why'd I come up here thinking like, and I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing to prove it being so. Because like I say, folks gonna lie. They gonna lie. They're gonna be like, no, that's not what happened, and da-da-da. Even though they did what they did, they may lie. Yeah, knowledge is definitely key. Knowledge, I'm telling y'all, I was one of them nerds. I'm telling y'all, like I love sit up here and I love knowledge. I love to figure out, what it is that I need to know. Because it's something that you need to know that folks have over you, and they could keep on, tormenting you. They could keep on, getting over. Get you tired of getting got. Sometimes you're gonna get tired of getting got. You gonna have your stuff in line. Like, okay, yeah, the next time this happened, you gonna have your stuff in line. You got to, especially if you're a divine one, folks, they gonna try to get you. They gonna try to get you. So you gotta have everything. I'm talking about when you talk to people, make sure you're talking through them through text messages. You feel me? If you're doing business with somebody or, whatever, yeah, paper trail. Hey, hello, Royal is, yeah, you definitely, you definitely here with it. I bet you've been through some stuff. So you learn. When you speak in business or you speaking anything to somebody, always have it in writing. Email, text, and then screenshot it. Keep it. Keep it. You know? Because somebody could easily say, no, you didn't come here. No, we didn't do. You know, it's like, you got to always have something. You know what I'm saying? And these, I'm telling you, because it's been so many circumstances where, yeah, exactly. It's been so many circumstances that I went through that I got. You know, I'm thinking like somebody's just gonna hear me out. And they're like, we hear you, but we can't move. We can't move according to what you're saying because you have nothing. So I was on it, and they was wondering. People was wondering why I was going like that. Like, dang, why she always winning? Like, why she always winning her cases, and why she always like, you know, consistent and doing this and doing that. Now they know. You got to move like this. You got to have, you know, when it come down, you got to have your evidence. Are you screwed? And guess what? You may, you know, be knocked off to where now, you know, you got to struggle. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine, you know, if you got somebody destroyed your property of, you know, of whatever sort it could be, and you knew what they did, but you couldn't even prove it. You can't prove what they did. And they just got away with probably stealing something from you, destroying your property, maybe even, whatever, doing something according to you. Who knows? So you gotta be on your P's and Q's, may I say. You know, I had to be taught this because I was just they was coming. They was coming. Especially when they was out telling folks that you slow. I'm not even here to lie. I'm not. But they was telling people that you slow and had these people coming to manipulate you out of whatever. You'll be doing business and you be thinking these people cool, and all of a sudden they'll get that ring. Are you doing business? You know, whatever that they do. You doing business with so and so? Oh, you know, we just manipulated her or him and got away with this, so you could put an extra, you know, 200 or extra 1,000, or, you know, or this or that, and they'll do that to you. Or they will they'll get paid. They'll pay them to try to destroy something to make it. You paying them to fix something, but they're getting paid more to destroy something of yours. You get what I'm saying? And now you got to prove what just happened. Because now you picking up your belongings, and it's worse, sir, than it was when you had returned it to this person. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just telling you guys how they move with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, you're part of the world too. So you're going to need stuff to be fixed. You know, you're going to need stuff done, and you're going to have to go to somebody who is a professional at doing it. But keep in mind, since you're a divine one and you got folks playing with you, you know, the stuff that you need service for, they may damage it. And you may even know it, because the Most High, one thing about the Most High is he's going to bring it to your awareness of what they did according to your stuff that you paid service for. And you go back, no, we didn't do that. No, we didn't. Okay, well then I'm going to take it in a higher level. Since I can't, you know, work with you according to what you did, because whatever bull crap you tried to do according to me, you know, now I got to take it up a notch. To where now, you know, you might just be, you know. But now, you got to prove it. Now, your evidence is there. Okay, you got the date, the time, you got, who touched your vehicle, who done your vehicle. You go somewhere, you could probably go and get another inspection or whatever items that you have. You know what I'm saying? You got, the evidence according to what happened. So now you just got to take pictures. You got to get all your stuff in line. And then, you go plead your case. But again, a lot of divine ones, I don't know. You're going to get taught this, because of what you go through. I believe you're going to get taught according to what you know. Of what you've been through. You're going to get caught because you're going to get tired of people doing that. You're going to get tired of people playing with you. So you're going to start doing this anyway. I'm going to roll down these windows. But I'm here to tell you, go get your justice. Hey, this is for somebody. Go get your justice. Don't let them folks play with you. Don't just think like, oh, just talk about it. No. Do some action about it. You're going to have to pay for that. I don't be playing, y'all. I'm serious. You can ask some people, like close people. I don't play. They gonna be like, yeah, she back. She constant every day. Every day. I'm on their head. And sometimes I be waiting for them to do something stupid so that I can get into this mode. Because don't play. What are you doing? You just let this person really mess up your whole business. Your whole business gonna get shut down after things is done. And that's what happened. A couple of the business that, when they did that, it's no longer there no more. They actually got shut down. I'm talking about all the people had to get fired and everything. And this is what happens. Like, you letting the enemy, dangle that fruit like we talked about, taking that offer that got you messed up. Now you got to figure out your whole entire life. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. This would definitely be on the review on YouTube. And yeah, the crazy part, the book will be so long. The book will be so long of different. It had to probably be. This is the next section of the book, part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How much stuff it is, but you learn. The good thing about it is you learn. You learn about basically the journey of, learn about being a divine one and, what could happen. What can happen and how you got to move according to if it does happen. Because it probably will happen. It's like everywhere you go, it might be a situation occurring about this, the last situation that happened with this one. It might be a recurring situation with this one. Because they forever testing you. I don't know what it is about this test with us, but folks definitely would want to test you. You would think like, oh, okay, well, I'm just going to leave this one and go to this one. It may be the same thing. As divine ones, we move around, but then again, it might be the same thing, because you the same person, what I'm saying? You ain't switched up. You that same exact person. So they're going to be one of the, they won't want to try you again. You going to be, just try me, on my forehead. Just try me. And this is what you go through. You're like, oh, this is going to be a breeze and get this, and it just become a whole big old situation because someone, decided to try you. And they act as if, they could, though. They didn't understand what they're actually are going to lose by trying you. And this is what they don't understand. They feel that, like I said before on the last live, folks feel like they've been trapped. Because folks feel like the people who put them in a predicament to try you, they feel as though, they trapped them. Like they set them up. Because you told me this person is this, and the way they moving, and the way the big loss that just happened, you set me up. So then there's like a big old controversy, you know, behind the scenes with these folks. They battling, they going at it with each other because they feel as though, you know, somebody has set them up. Which that's understandable. You know, we could actually see that though. How somebody had been and lied and told them that it's an easy come up, you know, it's an easy this, easy that, and then you ain't nothing easy about you. It's like you're the most difficult person in the whole entire world. You're the most difficult human being, so-called, in the whole entire world. And they feel as though you lied, you set me up. Because if this person was really this, I would have never even done this. And you said they was this, and they going at it. They going crazy with each other. Yeah. When what we are, we really can't be involved with a lot of folks. The less folks you get involved with, the peaceful your life will be. Why you think Christ, you know, you really didn't see him like in with like a group, like unless it was his, like the 12 disciples, or in like around like with a whole bunch of relationships and all this stuff. You didn't read about that. You know, he was really entwined with himself, because that's the best peace. You can't really trust too many people outside of yourself, because they got all these intentions, they got all these motives, you know, they trying to size you up, they trying to compete against you, you know, and they're listening to other people who saying, you know, all these lies about you, making them feel as though they can, you know, they can do whatever they feel that they could do according to you, based off what somebody else said, putting all these lies in their head, you know. And that's why they feel when they do experience you, they feel as though they set them up, because they lied. All these things that they said about you and they experiencing you, they like, man, you set me up, because I tried this person and that wasn't it. That was not it. You lied. Or half of the people who actually tried you is because somebody else told them they could. And they realized that was a lie, because they lost so much. When they tried you, it was so much that they lost. You know? And now they want to get probably some type of revenge from this person that, you know, they told them that they could. But this is what the Most High wanted, though. The Most High wanted them to do that so that people can keep learning a lesson. You know, all these people that came to you, they had to keep learning lessons. You know, they had to learn a lesson of stop trying to listen to people. Stop listening to people that you feel as though is actually your friend, because they got to learn a lesson too. Let's just go outside of us. These folks have to learn that these folks weren't your friend. Because a friend don't lie to another person. Or whatever, a companion or whoever that when you were speaking to, they did set you up. Let's keep it real. Because they lied. They lied. Some folks went to jail. You know what I'm saying? Some folks lost their car, their house, their job, all type of stuff messing with you. And that's why it was such a big old, it was really, a big old, like, battle with a lot of people behind the scenes. Like, they all was your enemy, but they was all battling with each other because, they lost. They told them that they was gonna gain messing with you. Like, they was gonna gain. They was gonna take advantage, manipulate, and they was gonna come up. But they end up going down even more. So now they like, somebody gotta pay me. Somebody gotta come up on my loss, because you told me that this was a come up. And you sitting back here laughing. Because didn't nobody tell nobody to have, first of all, have my name in your mouth for one. Second of all, actually trying to act as if you gonna come up. Off of who? If you gonna actually get in. From where? Somebody told you wrong. Like, you definitely need a lesson. You definitely needed this lesson. If that's how you move and you taking people's word and you don't even know what it actually is, you definitely need this lesson, sir. I hope that you take this in so that you would never do this again. Folks needed that. It was their time to learn that lesson because they were just believing in anybody. And they ran into you. They told them to come over and try you. Now you mad at the person that you believe that it would be a come up. Didn't nobody tell you to actually do it. You made the decision to do it. You took that offer. He didn't actually push you to do it, or she. Nobody forced you to do anything. You did it, and you did it on your own. So you got to learn. Folks, the people out here that's really believing in other people of what they say, they got to learn a lesson. Stop trusting in people and what they say. You don't know. You don't know what they telling you is the truth. You know how many people sit up here all day, every day and lie? It's crazy. So now, if millions of people who came to you and thought they can try you had to learn that lesson. And it's crazy because the person who's talking about you, they actually know the truth about you. But they telling people lies about you. So when they come and experience you, you know how many enemies these folks have? Don't think they living in peace. These folks, everybody who they told to come at you, they've been knocking on their door. They knocking on their door. Like, you set me up. So you gonna have to match me what I lost? Or are we just gonna have to get in that field? They created enemies, bringing them to you. Yeah, you got folks. You've been have folks trying to swap with you, but they can't swap with you. That would never be the case. And the Most High, He set it up that way. But again, like I said before, they're used to of the swapping and all this stuff. They're used to that being a completion. Like it happening. Like, it's not with you. Everybody's shocked because it's like, why nothing ever works when it comes down to you? Like, it's like everything they'll try to do to other people, it will work. But every time when it comes down to you, it just will fail and it will backfire. And then it will be something that they got to reap. Like real quick. It'll be something they got to reap. Real quick. They're trying to figure out why are you so protected and why is, how you are is what it is. Why? They still not understanding who you is. So they keep sending people and they keep on sacrificing other people to see if it's going to work with you. Like everybody that they bring, that they give this offer to, they're sacrificing them. Because they understand when they come to you, what's about to happen to them. It's like, and then people are getting it. People are like, yeah, people are getting it. Like, man, we all know you sacrificing me. If that was not a win, nothing good according to me, like, happened. So folks are now realizing that they really are getting sacrificed when they're offered to come to you. It's already been out there in the atmosphere. Folks already know. But the Most High wanted that because all these people, they had to learn. They had to come to you to learn this lesson where they lose everything and, their head is all messed up. Their mind is messed up. They gotta, I don't know. They gotta go through so much to get back to their original state. The Most High wanted that to happen because they have to learn. Yeah, it's definitely negative energy. But you're the only lesson out there that you can get that can give to people. Thank you. You that lesson that will change folks. A lot of people, they can't. That's why the Most High use you, because you that lesson. You know, that folks need in their life. They need awakening. Folks need to be awakened to the stuff that they doing. You know how once you get that awakening, you never the same no more. The stuff that you was doing before, it's not the same. You're not going to want to do it again. You know, and only you could do that. Because that's going to be a big experience with you. That's going to be something that you could never forget. They never going to forget you and the experience they had with you. I don't think no company, no people, place, and thing, they're never going to forget you. You're always going to be in their mind like, no, I ain't going to do that. I ain't going to do that again, because you're going to pop up in their head. And they know the hell that they had to go through to pick up the pieces back in their life according to you. You ain't nothing to play around with. You like that thriller movie. Like, you know, that movie that you be like, ooh, I ain't watching that again. You that movie. You that movie. It don't matter if you watch it with somebody. You don't matter if it's like 15 people in the room. Be like, okay, it's cool. It's people with me. I can watch it. You still not going to watch it. That's how they feel. Yeah. That's why the Most High, he recommend you. He consider you out of all the whole collective. Some of you guys, he got his like top people that he be picking. So when people when people need that lesson, he approve of the adversary sending them to you. I'm talking about like a private session with you. You know, like, yes. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not getting it. They're not getting it. Every time there's a lesson that need to be made, you're going to have folks. You gonna already know it. You're going to be like, oh yeah, this must have been sent by the Most High. You might need a lesson. You might just need a lesson. You know, it's your time to get the lesson. And folks be mad when they get that lesson. When they gotta, you know, they gotta like awaken to that lesson. They be so mad. They be so fluttered. They be so miscombobulated, because they like, man, I never thought I was gonna walk into this. You know, I thought it was gonna be like the, you know, the same old little giddy up that we had from the last one. And it was like, here you come, just destroying they whole little tower that they created. You. So folks be mad at you. Because they like, man, I can't even do what I want to do. And, you know, you can't. You cannot. You've been lied to, but it's an ordained reason why you're here. You know? You know, it's kind of like in Matrix, you know, when they was going through all these stages, and he was running into the people that he needed to run into. Like, and that lady was telling him that, man, there's no coincidence that you're here. You needed this. You know, you needed this to waken you up. You know? And this is kind of sort of what we is in this Matrix. Folks be coming to us for a reason. You need to wake up. It's no coincidence. This is not something that, it was far-fetched. You got set up from them, but this was an ordained meeting. You might got set up by your op, but this was supposed to happen. It just so happened to happen with us. They're like, dang, I can't get rid of it either. Nope, you can't get rid of it. It's gonna be here like a nightmare. Every time you wake up, it's right here. You know what I'm saying? Because the first thing they had is, man, we could just get rid of it. Nope, can't get rid of it. It's gonna be right here. Right here. Gonna be haunting you every second of the day until you waken, until you change. Because then again, you're gonna be trying to move on. You're gonna see us. You're going to see us. It's going to be right here. That's the cold part about it. Can't get rid of it. Can't even do nothing to it. It's just a solid burn. You know? And they hate it. But then, because they thinking like, why couldn't I just experience you at the end of their whole little rodeo of how they was, you know, how fun they was having. The Most High set them up in the beginning, like, yep, we're gonna end this right here. We're going to end this right here. You know, some of them was like, dang, why can I experience in the end? You know, nope, it ends right here. Nope. Sorry. And they can't stand it. They mad at the Most High. They mad at you. They mad at the people that they feel that set them up. They mad at everybody but taking accountability for themselves. People love to point the finger. What about you? You did it. Take accountability. But we gonna be there eating them up alive, to where all they could do was just sit with themselves and focus on them. Focus on what was the actual problem. What was you? Can't set up no cult group to try to rise up. No, you're going to have to face yourself. Sorry, sir. Sorry, ma'am. It all going to come back to you. Think about it. People in the cult, they're gonna be disbelief of you. Because they're going to be like, they're going to get tired of all the failed attempts. They're going to be like, man, I'm not messing with you no more. Apparently, this person's way too powerful for you. To where they're going to be like, they're going to be dropping off as flies. And they're going to be trying to recruit other people. And they're going to do the same thing to them again. And I'm like, this person is too powerful for you. Nothing is really happening. We don't want no parts. And they're going to have to keep on recruiting people. And there's going to be a dishonor to you. To the point where you're going to be like nobody. You get what I'm saying? Because think about it. Half of the people that they started off with, it's always been a whole new people. And if it was a group, it's not even a group no more. It's probably like one person that they probably tried to be in a relationship with. You know? Like, it came down to some idiot that they chose, and they decided to put them on a team based off of them, you know, trying to be in a relationship with, and had them coming after you. Because at first it was a group, but once again, when folks start realizing that you ain't up to part with this person, like that you trying to get, you know, you trying to come for, people gonna drop out. People gonna drop out. They gonna be like, man, this person, the math is not mathing. This person's over you. We sat here and watched these failed attempts happen. We watched some of the karma happen to them, the people that they tried to put on the team to try to, you know, to try to do that thing to you. They caught karma. Like, it was just like a loss, you know, that they sat there and watched them go through playing with you, right? So they left. They kept dropping out. Because it was like more destruction on their end, according to you. So then they got to keep, then this narcissist had to keep hiring a whole nother group. And the same stuff kept happening, kept repeating cycle. Until where they start losing this, like, honor for people. Streets start talking. Like, man, this person is doing this and, you know, doing that. And you know what I'm saying? People start talking. You know? And now these folks, now the person, the narcissist, they hiding. Because people are not looking at them as what they was looking at them before they tried you. They wouldn't get nowhere with you, and they had an audience. They stupid. Because these narcissists, they could have just been doing the little whatever they was doing by themselves. Nobody wouldn't even knew, you know, what they was doing. But you gonna get an audience to see this happen? And you gonna point out the person that you're trying to do that thing to, and you seeing the you know, the difference. They seeing it. And that's why they be like, You know, that's why they like in the hiding, and they're going to try to come to you. Now, they're going to try to act like, okay, let me see if I could get close to this person and do the damage. Because they couldn't. It ain't nothing. They tried, you know, the crowd, you know, they tried the little crowd thing, and they just got embarrassed. And they kept having to recruit, and they kept getting embarrassed because it was the same cycle that keep repeating. And everybody talking. There's too many people talking about this because of them, the people that they put on for the show to see. They set up their own demise by trying to talk and try to set something up according to you, and they got embarrassed. And the thing is, what this narcissist is really gonna get, you know, is a humiliation. Like I'm talking about, folks is gonna be like forever talking about this person for what they tried to do according to you. This is what they set up by trying to put people on the team to do this scandal to you. But only thing they witnessed was their downfall, and they can't mess with you. So they're gonna forever be mocking this person. Every time they try to say something slick about them, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, like you were trying to get at that person who and this happened to you. Like they're gonna keep rubbing it, and they're gonna keep mocking it in their face. I'm talking about people close to them, people that they tried to, like, they was friends with and all this stuff. They gonna become like, it's gonna be like forever a mockery on their head. And this is the reason they should never even put these people in, you know, in to see this. Why would you put a whole committee of people to see your downfall? And then go choose you. Out of everybody, they gonna choose you to come for to get embarrassed in front of all these people. That was smart. That was so smart. And now they don't want to show their face, and they want to pity and come to you and try to explain to you about some bull crap that they had tried to do according to you. Now they lost respect for people. People don't even see them the same. They looking crazy. They can't even like rebirth, you know, their name. Because folks gonna laugh. I mean, what could you say to that? How could you even come back to that? No tell they was so high and mighty of all this, what they was gonna do, and all this, what they was, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it's like, I don't even know how can they even come back to you after, you know, they was doing all this behind your back, and they was saying, you know, and saying all this to these people. How would that even look of them even being like on you, like close to you? Like people gonna be like, that is a bum. You tried to put us through all that and tried to, you know, do this and that only for you to try to be with this person. Like try to, like it is crazy. These people is crazy. Oh my God. This I don't know where we at, y'all. I second guess, you know, where we at every 2 seconds. You know, because you'll put people, I'm talking about they put people's lives in danger only for you to, you know, want to be close to this person again. Like only to want to be with this person. And they look and they like these people is crazy. I'm telling you, like this is wow. And I tell you guys, what people is set up in the background according to you, it's like you really are the person who give out lessons. You gotta understand that you are like that lady. What's that lady in the Matrix when Morpheus had scheduled Neo over there to make an appointment with that lady, and he kept coming back to her because he needed to understand, you know, things. This is you. You know, you the person that if anybody was to come to you, yeah, Oracle, Yes, you are like the oracle. So if anybody ever in a lifetime just come to you, this is what they need. Go watch that scene with Oracle. Then you will understand that's who you are. That's who you are. In this matrix. In this matrix, that's who you is. You're like, oh, I was waiting on you. It's your time, huh? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is your time. Why am I here? You know why you're here. You know why. Now they thinking like, oh, you know, and then they gonna come, they confused. They gonna come back again. Because they confused again. So they need some more awakening to figure out, yeah, that's you. Yep, that's you. I'm telling you, like, stuff that we watch on movies and stuff, they just copying us. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just watched us and they're copying our positions in the matrix, and they're copying, like, you know, they're copying us. All the movies, they got it by watching us. Watching us, studying us, and they just made a movie of it. That's it. Because then, when you watch the movie, it's like you're watching your life. So somebody got your life that they studied, and they put it in a movie. Ask me how I know. I know that be going on in y'all head. You be like, hold on, somebody has been watching me, and they made a movie off of me. Remember, you got monitoring spirits everywhere. And they jot down all this stuff, and they direct it, come and be a director, and they all of a sudden make characters according to us, and they make scenes according to us. And then when they come out with the movie, you be like, hold on, why I feel like that hit me? Like, why I feel like that's really my life. No coincidence. That is, buddy. That is. That's your life. That's exactly your life that you're seeing. You'll read a book. Huh. Why I feel like I'm the character of this book? Because you are the character of this book. They just made a book, a story of you. Yeah. Yes. It's crazy, I know. But I'm here to tell y'all that if y'all have not awakened to actually who you are, you know, just look at these movies that they made of you. Read these books that they made of you. It'll spark something start coming up. You'll be like, oh, okay. That's I knew I wasn't tripping. Yeah, that is me. Yep. Every time you are in some type of your own portal, right? And some folks are at a time they're scheduled to experience you. Yeah. Yep. And it's confusing to you if you're not awakened to it. But you are your own portal. And you got folks at certain times, they're scheduled to experience you, to awaken them. You know? And it could be a good or bad, depending on, you know, whatever they own. It could be a good or bad experience, a good or bad awakening. It's based off of the individual, but either way, they need some type of awakening. They need some type of enlightenment, according to you, that you're going to give. And only you could give it. You know, so if you're wondering why can't go somewhere else, they can't. They're not going to be able to get it. They need your enlightenment. You know, and you change them forever. To the point where they may come back. Well, I wish they're going to. That's why we on here. I'm here to tell you before they come back. Before they come knocking on a ring, ring, ring. Are you here for them again? I'm here to tell you that. This is what this whole video is about. folks are going to start coming back. And they're going to want to expect you to, be there for them. And you're going to already know what to do. I don't really even need to tell you. You already got to know what to do according to these people. Because you already know. You already know who the people going to come back. You know what they going to do. You know everything. And again, this is this lesson that they're going to have to learn. They're forever going to, they want free. Like you in their mind, and you kind of disrupt their whole way of how they was going to maneuver down here. You disrupt it. So they trying to find peace, and the only peace they feel like if they going to get set free is coming back to you. And you here to let them know that you're not going to find peace coming back to me. You're going to find peace in changing. If you don't want to change, you're not going to find peace. Mom, sir. That's it. You thinking like, oh, you're going to just get close over here, and that's just going to be it for as you're disrupting, mind, and you don't know what to do because everything has been disrupted. Oh, so I can make peace with this person, or I can try to get close to this person and do whatever. That's not going to give you peace. Peace is in you changing. I know that's not something you want to do. Of course not. But that's the answer. That will forever be. Or you just going to be tormented for the rest of your life. However you want to do it. It's on you. Some folks just want to go and just be tormented. That's on you, pal. That's your prerogative. You gotta depart from that evil. In order for you to have peace, you gotta depart from evil. If you don't want to do that, you know your answer. Why are you sitting here making yourself think that you don't know the answer to your peace? Some folks just want another answer. That's not enough. You're never gonna find another answer. That's gonna always be your answer. They're like, well, just give me something else. Just give me just anything else but that. That's it. That's it. So to me, you're not looking for the answer. You're looking to make peace of what you want to do. That's never going to be peace. And, let them go on about their business. But you here to disrupt that. This is what we here to do. Once again, it's not a mistake when people come and experience you. It's not a mistake. It's their time. It's their time. That's why folks be mad when you come. Because you're going to disrupt everything that they had going on. I'm talking about evil. The evil cycle that they had going on, when you come, you dismantle it all. And then you got folks who flee away from you, and then it torments them because you disrupted it. Okay? They can no longer do it again. So it doesn't feel good when they do it, because they either get in trouble, they get caught, they lose stuff. All these things start happening. All these consequences start happening to them because you dismantled it. You broke it. You shattered it. You put light on it. You know what I'm saying? So it's no longer hidden to where they could do it again. So they come back to you because they feel like, well, the change or whatever that happened according to my cycle start happening, when I got an encounter with this person. So here they come marching back to you thinking like, okay, well, if I come back to this person, everything, will work out fine before. Wrong. It's actually going to get worse because you're actually moving more into the light to where you're going to feel even more worse, and things are going to happen to you even more until you're going to be on your knees, okay? And you're going to be, praying to the Most High, and that's where He wants you to be. He wants you to be right there. So, like I said before, it's not a coincidence that folks encounter you. It's their time. Once again, they have to. For the change to come, they gotta experience you. You know, and they flee, and they run away, and they get tormented. You know, they go through so much, and then they and to the point where they realize, okay, from afar, I can't destroy this thing. I can't get rid of this thing. So why don't I come back and make peace with this thing? That's not going to save you either, ma'am, sir. Just while you coming back and you're trying to humble yourself and you're trying to make peace, it's still, your awakening is going to push you to change. Change up out of that. If you don't, you're just going to get tormented even more. That's what these people don't understand. They know what you did according to their life, and they don't like it, so they stay from afar. Like, they stay far distance from you, and they try to destroy you. You know? And they realize that you're not going nowhere. It's not affecting you. So here they come marching back, saying they peace, as if it's going to remove everything that happened according to them changing. And right after that don't work, you know, here comes, you know, when you do see these folks after that last encounter of you, you know, of them, you're gonna see them really, you know, if they don't change, you're gonna see them really in a horrible, you know, position. You know, you're gonna see them in a horrible space. Okay, because they didn't take heed to the warning. So then you will see them the spiral start going crazy, way down, to where these folks, they ain't got nothing much but to but to give in to the awakening, give in to the change. You know, this thing ain't no joke. We keep telling these people. Yeah, I'm telling you, you ain't nothing to play around with. I keep telling you guys this. Y'all, I think y'all just see the surface of you guys, but y'all don't see the whole effect that you do to folks. It's on a whole different level. You know? That's why the Most High, he got you in your own portal, and he got you in, you know, your own lane. So when he starts sending folks, you already know what it is. And this could be people, places, and things. This could be associations that come to you. You know, this could be individual people that come to you. This could be things, you know, that you gotta shake up and dismantle. You know, all these things. You know, you be thinking like, why am I encountering all these things and all these people? It's for a reason. Things gotta start changing. And if it don't, that's just their detriment. They just gonna start getting hunted, and they gonna keep thinking about you. Why I gotta keep thinking about this person? Why this thing keep coming to me? Why? They gonna be trying to shake you. They gonna be like, man, I'm just gonna come back to that person, thinking like it's gonna bring them peace. Like, I could probably get peace if I just humble myself and come back to this person. And that's not. You're just gonna get humbled even more. You know, you're just going to feel even worse. Because you called to do something that you don't want to do. So you're trying to figure ways to get out of something that you called to do. That's not how this thing works. But yeah, they gonna learn that lesson. Either way it goes. Y'all seen how Paul was you seen how the Most High was battling with Paul? Remember how he had to break his hip? He said, man, I'm gonna get you in shape. I'm gonna get you in line. Broke that man hip. You know, if you want to really wrestle with the Most High, go ahead and do that on your own time. They ain't got nothing to do with us. But he definitely gonna get you. If he called you to do something, to change or whatever, oh, you gonna end up doing it. Yeah, Jacob had his hip. So what happened to Paul? Something happened to he changed his name. His name was Paul. He changed his name to Saul. But he wrestled with him too, though. Saul got wrestled with too. You know, they were trying to wrestle with him. Yeah, something happened. Yeah, something happened with Paul. I forgot. But he was wrestling with a lot of people in the Bible. He was wrestling. Most High was wrestling with some because they thought that he was playing. Oh yeah, the thorn. Yup, the thorn that was on his side. Yeah, something about the thorn. Yeah, and he had threw somebody in the whale, in the belly of a whale, all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? The people thought that they could just keep running and keep playing. You know, and he was like, okay, you keep running and keep playing. You heard what I called you to do. You know, you can't run and act like, you know, you're going to feel peace. You know, even the man who ran off, he got his inheritance, and he got his inheritance, and then he had ran off with it, and then the Most High had to humble this man. You know, where to the point where when he was found, you know, with the pigs, in the mud, with pigs and stuff. And then his family, his dad, I think, had to, you know, had found him. And then he finally humbled himself and came. Man, I'm telling you, you don't want to get humbled like that. I don't know what's wrong with these folks. When you could have just, you know, dropped the pride. Yeah, the particle son. Yeah, the particle son. There's some stories where the Most High had to really humble these people. I mean, and at the worst. You don't want to have to be humble at your worst. You know? Yeah, exactly. To be a normal servant. Knowing that you came from a wealthy, you know, background where you was like a prince or something. Like the particle son was like a prince. And he was like, man, I don't even care if y'all take me back as, you know, being just this servant. And I'm willing to do that. And they had threw a party for him, and they was happy that he had broke his pride, you know, and came out of that ego. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's one of the biggest, that was one of the biggest stories, you know, one of them in the Bible. And this is what's going on out here, as you can see. The Most High gonna have to humble these people just like that. But they thinking like the people that with that first encounter that you had that you had with them, they gonna come back. This is what the video's about. They're gonna come back to you because they want peace. Out there, they getting kicked in the A. They going crazy out there. They seeking for peace. Like the last person that I felt like you gonna keep getting brought up because they gonna keep thinking like you the person that's probably gonna save them. You know, they thinking like, okay, I can make amends with you because you probably the reason why, you know, that they was going through that and they had to go through all that suffering and everything out there. So they thinking like, okay, all I gotta do is go to this person. I can do this and do that, and they gonna feel even worse. They gonna feel even worse. You know, Most High gonna make them feel even more because they know what he told them to do. They know what they called to do. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. They gonna come to us. They gonna come back to you, but then they gonna feel worse because because the Most High is the one that's gonna make them feel worse because they gonna come to you, and the Most High, they know what the Most High said according to what's gonna take them out of that. Like what's gonna take them out of that crushing and all that, you know, feeling all messed up and going through all this hell and all this stuff. They know why, but they don't want to do it still. They still don't want to do it, so they gonna come to you and thinking like they can, you know, make some type of amends with you and everything will just fall back in line. But then again, coming to you, I'm telling you, they gonna feel worse. They gonna feel even more worse. They're gonna be like, wow, I feel even more worse. Why is it getting even more worse? Why is it getting more better? That's not what the Most High told you to do. He did not tell you to go over there and try to get out of this, thinking like that's going to get you out of the situation. And here they go with the projection of you. Because I'm telling you, what you was feeling is the projection of these people that the Most High had basically used you to like wake them up. you know, of shake them up a little bit. So, you know, they was bringing all that projection on you like it's your fault. You know, like this is your fault. You know, especially when they can't even like knock you down. Like they can't even destroy you. You know, that's on top of that. They used to destroying people. They can't even, you way powerful, you more powerful than them. Yeah. Yeah. They definitely, these folks is definitely getting humbled out here. You know, they're getting, that's why you're going to see folks, I'm telling you guys, that's why you're going to see folks coming back to you. You're going to see so many people, you know, that's going to be trying to reach out to you, is going to try to come back to you, you know, and they're going to feel as if that's going to be their, you know, their peace. Like it's going to be their way of making peace with everything that they have to experience, what they're going through, you know, it's going to bring them peace, but it's not. It's not going to bring them peace. You know, it's going to bring them even more hell. They're going to feel even more worse. Because they still trying to manipulate. They still trying to deceive and get out of what the Most High called them to do. You know, the Most High going to be like, okay, you still not getting it. Okay, you're going to feel this. You're going to feel that. I'm telling you. Until they do what he say. Stop trying to get over. Stop trying to not take accountability for what, you know, the reason why you going through what you're going through. It's simple. But not to these narcissists. I'm telling you. Some of these narcissists, they're going to go under. Because they don't want to do it. They're not going to want to, you know, humble themselves before the Lord. They're not. They're going to go under. Just by being prideful and being ignorant. And try to use you. That ain't going to work. Don't come over here. That ain't going to get you no help. I promise you. It's going to make it worse. You're going to feel even more worse. Maybe if I make peace with this divine one I tried to take out. You know, I tried to remove. I tried to sabotage. Maybe if I make peace with that. That ain't going to work. Because you still exactly who you is. What the Most High told you of what you shouldn't be. Yeah. These folks can't stand you. They can't even stand the position that the Most High gave you. They like, why you? You know, why did the Most High give you a position like that? Why would he not? Why would he not give us the position like this? We the perfect candidates for it, as you can see. Isn't it humbling you? You know, ain't you losing your mind? So that you can actually run back to the Most High? I believe these are perfect candidates for the job. Yeah, definitely pure of a heart, but it's like we got like an energy on us that it's made for awakening people. You know what I'm saying? It's a potent energy that pierces through the soul of people. When we speak, it's a piercing that never go away. You know, and that's why the Most High, he know our mouth. I think the adversary be trying to shut our mouth. And you understand, you know, like when you first awaken and the Most High tell you to speak and how much affliction come according to your mouth, like your throat. He attacks your throat chakra so that you will not speak. He try to shut you down in so many levels so you won't speak because it's so powerful. You know, when people get a hear of, you know, your voice, you know, it pierced them. You know, to the point of, you know, dang, one day you awoken the whole multitude just by you speaking. You know, and it's only like a remnant of people, you know, got that anointing on them. You know, and that's why they get attacked a lot when they speak. I know some of you guys, when you guys were a child, you know, folks tried to shut you up. You know, you wasn't too much of a speaker. when you was a child, because the adversary was trying to attack, your voice, to where you were shy to speak. You was kind of you was like in the background of not speaking too much. Folks will even be like, ooh, does she speak? Did he speak? And everybody be like, people that you didn't know, you would be like, they'd be like, yeah, he speak or she speak, to those that, they're trying to make some type of excuse. And you really did speak. It just, there was spiritual warfare on your voice as a child. Yeah, because I knew I was. When I was a child, I didn't speak too much, because I didn't understand the spiritual warfare that was on me, to where, it was already on me not to speak. So I literally had to break out of that. Like, I had to go through a breakthrough so I could speak. That's how powerful, and how a threat you are, according to, this other kingdom of darkness over here. When you speak, it's serious. Like, it's nothing to be played with. That's why when you out in public and you say something, everybody turning around looking at you like, huh, what'd you say? Like, it brings attention. It's just like something that, is very, very powerful. Every time you speak, the whole building gets silent. When you say something, you'll be talking to somebody else, and everybody else will be in a conversation, and then all of a sudden they stop talking just to hear what you got to say. That's how powerful it is. Don't never let this devil stop you from speaking. It's very powerful. And they knew once you broke through that, once your chakra, your energy start flowing back to the chakra of your voice, it was over. They knew that. They knew that it was over for them. Once you start speaking, oh nah, that was it. Because anybody that you encounter is going to pierce their soul, to the point where even if the adversary try to get through them, your voice is still going to be in their head, going back and forth. I'm telling you. That's why the Most High used certain people that he anointed for certain jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all anointed for something, but for particular people that got that anointing in their voice, yeah, just understand, you're a very powerful person, because your voice is very powerful. The words, that's why sometimes you got to be like, when you get mad and you want to say something to somebody, you kind of got to like, okay, I'm going to walk away. Because if you say that thing, that stuff going to come to pass in these people's life. If you get mad and be like, I wished, and it's like, nah, I got to walk away, because you know how powerful your voice is. And you know how powerful your words are. And that's why the Most High, he be having to humble us. Because, if we think something, it could happen to people. So we got to be like, ooh, let me go walk away, because I was about to say something. Yeah, exactly. Like the quiet child, that's spiritual warfare. They're going to be very powerful. They're going to be very powerful. Once they break out of that, they're going to be very powerful. Like their voice or whatever they got to say it's not nothing to play around with. Oh, you working? Yeah, I'm about to work out too. Right after I get off this live, I'm about to work it out. Summer's around the corner. I'm trying to get a little snatch, just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I can do a little tightening up. Yeah, if you do not activate your gifts, you could lose it. Like I say, if you're the Most High calling you to speak and you don't speak, you could lose that. You could lose it. Every gift that he give you, you got to activate. And they can try to destiny swap with you too if you're not in line with your gifts as well. Yeah, I need to tighten up a little bit. I ain't bad. I just need to tighten up. Because we want to bathing suits and stuff in the summer, all types of stuff. Excuse me? Nah, we gotta tighten up. About to be at the beach. Yeah, at the beach. Um, yeah, like, they really didn't want us when you were younger. They didn't want you to speak. I'm telling you, like, and even if you did, if you were like a quiet child, even when you did say something, folks would be like, "What she say? What he say?" Like, they'll be so attentive about what you said because they already knew you. You know what I'm saying? You was dang there. Like, have y'all seen, like, what's that movie with the Chinese? What was that movie with Eddie Murphy? And it was like The Golden Child. You know, it was kind of like that. You was like that, man. So it's kind of like anything that you did, everybody was observant of it. Like, everybody was like, what? But they wanted to stop it at the same time. Like, I think because they was so afraid. I think it was like a projection thing. Like, they was afraid, you know, because your energy was already big, you know, and it was already kind of scaring people too. So I feel as though they wanted you just there, but they wanted you like, I don't know, quiet and over there or something, because they just didn't. It kind of rubbed them the wrong way, you know. They kind of was scared. You were scaring people. So if you was to talk or do something, you know how scared they'd be. I don't know. They'd probably be even more frightened, because you probably went through that even in school too. The teachers, you probably was scaring the teachers. You probably raised your hand. And they probably like, they probably picked the person behind you. What did you say, Jesse? Probably pick the person behind you. You like, hold up, you see my hand though. But you was so mellow and meek, they probably didn't even hear you say that because you wasn't speaking. You was already going up in spiritual warfare. So you weren't even speaking like that, even in school. You weren't speaking like that. Like, this op really had you, like, really, you know, your voice was just not there. You didn't really have a voice. But then once you start breaking up out of that, it was over. Man, it was over. Once you broke up out of that, you know, that bondage of your voice was just caught in a cage. After that, man, folks were scared. They were scared. You was speaking all type of truth that you didn't even know about. You was like, you didn't even know that you was the type of truth that you was. You was telling people, hey, you ain't got to go through this. Don't do that. Don't do this. Watch out for this. Watch out for that. Don't do this. I'm telling you, you was just going crazy. People was like, whoa, you was right. I'm talking about you probably had grown people coming back to you like, man, you was right about what you said and what you like, I know. I'm telling you, when I was a child, I was going, man, folks were literally knocking at the door, having full-blown conversations with me. I'm talking about, I was 12 years old. These folks was like 34. These folks was like 40 talking to me. And I was 12. I had my little Jeep. Y'all know that electrical Jeep, that, you know, Barbie Jeep. I was rolling around the neighborhood. You know, folks was just having full-blown conversations with people in the whole neighborhood with my Barbie Jeep, like cruising. Like, you know, the ones that you had to plug up to charge. Yeah, that was me in the neighborhood. They was like, yeah, I want to talk to you about so-and-so. I used to literally put them on game. 12 years old. I had folks going back to my mother, talking to her like, hey, I talked to your daughter, and da-da-da. She was like, you talked to my daughter, you know, and these folks was, oh, that was like her people, like her age. You feel me? I was putting them on, you know? And ever since then, you know, I was just helping people out. If it was something in me that the Most High wanted me to tell somebody, I would tell them. But it literally broke. Like this, my voice chakra started coming out when I was 12 years old, and then around maybe 15, I got the spiritual warfare again, to where I stopped talking. You know, I wasn't talking so much. Around like 15 years old, I stopped. You know, it was like I was back in spiritual warfare with my throat chakra, and I was like, man, I'm not talking to nobody no more. I ain't saying nothing. I don't know what happened to where I stopped talking, but I stopped talking. You know, which I didn't know about spiritual warfare. I didn't know about that stuff. You know, I didn't know about how it could, like, something could, you know, come upon you or something. Somebody could, like, project something at you or some negative energy at you to where it could affect you if you don't, you know, you don't know about it. So I'm trying to figure out, dang, all of a sudden I just was like, I stopped, you know, and then it started picking back up when I was like 20 years old. I started picking, something came in me where it just, boom, like, I don't know, like a ball of energy started just coming. And I was like, dang, I was just back talking again. So, But that 5-year gap, I didn't say nothing. I was just quiet. And then about 20, I came back, and that's when I came on, I came up here. I came on social media, and I started doing videos and stuff. Which was very, at that point when I started doing videos, I was scared. Because the Most High was like, go to a beach and record or something like that. And I had my phone up, and I was like, people was looking at me and stuff. I was like, oh no, I'm not doing this. I was like, no, this feels weird. I'm not about to do that. You know, people was standing. He was like, nah, he was like trying to encourage me. Like, I felt the Most High trying to encourage me to do the video, but I felt like so out of place. I was like, nah, I don't feel comfortable. I don't care. I don't feel comfortable. Sit up here talking to a phone. Everybody just looking and like, what's she doing? What are you doing? So that was uncomfortable. That was like, and I just got my chakra released back again. So I had to like exercise it first. You know, I had to activate it first, and that just started. He was like, do a video, do a video. I'm like, do a video? What? I thought I was supposed to be talking to people that you randomly give me around the neighborhoods and stuff. What you mean? You talking about doing a video and post it where? Who gonna watch the video? You know what I'm saying? I'm used to just going around like, you know, old school. Just going around, you know, if you at a park or you around and people come and y'all speak and conversation like that. But he was like, nah, do a video, post it up here. I'm like, nah, now you want some other, I don't know about this. It's a little bit way out of my comfort zone. You telling me to do a video in public and then post it up? No. Yeah, that's not easy. I'm telling you, like that's not easy. That's intense. Like why would I do that? I'm just used to going around here just speaking with folks. For real. But I'm pretty sure that's the same how I experienced what I had experienced. That's the same thing. That's probably the same thing that you guys experienced. I'm telling you. You know, y'all had to break out of, you know, you not speaking. And then it just got even more on a different level where he put you on another, you know, pedestal of you speaking. Because that's where your anointing is. You know, that's where he had anointed you within your voice. You know, he just used you for a little spectrum, but you didn't know that he was going to use you, you know, on this other stature. But it was in your voice. That's why you was getting attacked. And that's why a lot of people were scared too. A lot of people didn't want to even ask you nothing. You know? They was like, but then again, it's like if you go to somebody, you young, and you go to somebody's house, if you spent the night, they will ask you, what happened? You would tell them. You probably didn't even speak that much, but you would told them, so-and-so did this, and so-and-so did that, and so-and-so, yeah, they did that. They be like, I knew you was gonna tell. Duh. Like, hello. What you thought I wasn't gonna tell? Yeah, some of you guys, y'all still, you still going through, we on different stages, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, if you're still going through the breakthrough, you're going to break through. Your chakra, if your throat chakra is going to break through. I'm talking about it's going to be so potent to where it's so much energy going to be here. You know, and you're going to go crazy. I'm telling you, you're going to go real, because the energy is going to be way too much. Oh, thank you. Yeah, because when I was 20 and it had hit and I stopped talking for 5 years, and when I hit 20, it was so much energy right here. So I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, like it was so much. And I was like, I gotta talk. I mean, it's right here. I gotta talk. I gotta say so. I gotta, you know. And that's when he told me to go on Instagram and go on, first it was just Instagram. And everybody, it was just crazy. I had so much knowledge, and I was just like, I couldn't control it. And I look back at the videos, I'd be like, dang, man, that was a lot of knowledge. And I was just going down the thing. And, oh, thank you. Yeah, you would never know. But I'm telling you, if you know somebody that's like a little cousin, or you probably know a child or something that don't speak, understand. Once they break out of that thing, they're gonna be very powerful, very powerful. It's gonna be out of this world. I don't know how. I don't, man, because they got some type of principality that's hunting them down, like trying to quiet them so they don't speak. But it's just a matter of time before that throat shocker, explode. And when it do, it's crazy. Like I'm telling you, the Most High had me riding around. I'm telling you, neighborhood on my Barbie Jeep thing, just riding around, and I guess the energy was just like anybody, whatever the Most High wanted to speak to, young or old, they would come, and I'd give them that dang information, and it'll be like one after one after one. I'm talking about the whole neighborhood was knocking on the door, you know, was like in another thing. I'm like, wait. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, I was quiet. We was quiet up to an age, and as we constantly kept getting that, our chakra kept busting, you know what I'm saying, that's when we started again, because we'll always get attacked. It will be like they'll always come and try to, shut us down with our throat, and then it'll be like another, like, 3 years to be quiet, and then it'll be like your throat just another awakening within it, then you'll quiet again. And then there'll be a whole nother awakening, and it's just crazy. But then once you get to a certain awakening, there is no stopping. There is no stopping it no more. Like the adversary cannot stop it no more. He can do whatever, try to do whatever witchcraft, whatever rituals, whatever negative energy, it will not stop. That last, awakening, it just forever energy, just constantly going. It never stops. It never stops. It even get intense. That's why we work out and stuff. That's why we work out. We, go walking. We got to do something active because it's too much energy up in us. It's too much. Sometimes y'all may get overwhelmed and stuff because it's too much energy in y'all. People be trying to figure out why you don't settle down, why you don't sit down. You always doing something. It's too much energy. What you mean? It's too much energy up in here. I need to do something. Yeah, see, you've been walking lately. We even got more energy in us from the past, like, I don't know, April. It intensified. When you at sleep, you be moving around a lot. I found myself, I literally like, I'm like, dang, this is too much energy. I gotta find some type of energetic activity. No, I didn't. I didn't look into that. What is that? Yeah, like that's their job. Their job, if you have a child, a gifted child, your karmic, mother or father or whoever that's parenting you, it could be your whoever is parenting you. Their job is to be, that catalyst to you, to where they want to quiet you. Like they want to shut that down, shut that anointing down. Their job is to do that. That's why when you are, when you in the home, it's like it's in you, like certain things is in you to do, but then again, you got some parent or something like trying to make it seem like, you shouldn't be doing that, or settle down, or something they'll try to do to try to, put you in captivity or something, to make you think like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this, like shut you down, set you back down. Oh, okay, you're gonna have to tell us more about it. Yeah, you're gonna tell us more about that. That just means if they're still trying to shut you down, that must mean like you need your awakening is still going on. Like you're still that throat chakra is still it needs to get fully activated. You need to go into I don't know. There's a lady that was talking about chakras and how to release it, like certain chakras. You know, this was back in 2018. I forgot her name, but if I find her again, I will post it up. It shows us how to release and how to open, our chakras, like different chakras, according to our body, because that definitely need to happen. You definitely need to activate that throat chakra if that's something that whatever that you're getting attacked with according to your gifts. Oh, you got to activate. You gotta activate that. It gotta come. It gotta come out. Oh. Yeah, you got to, because they trying to block you. They trying to block, what's needed. Like what the Most High is trying to do within you. But then again, he can't do it if it's blocked. It's not going to be as it should be, like flowing with that energy, because you need the energy to flow. And if it's a block right here and the energy just going right here, it can't do it. It can't do that, but on 2018, I was going through a healing where most of my chakras were blocked. In 2018, I don't know who was on me the way they was on me, but most of my chakras were blocked. I had to go through a whole healing where I had to like literally release my chakras so that energy can flow there, so I can actually get on the right path or where I'm supposed to even be at. Because I was so far away from my path where the Most High was calling me, because, I couldn't even get in line according to my chakras. They were so off to where I was so far. I was like, ooh, when I found out, what was happening, man, I was like, ooh, yeah, let me get into these healings to open up my chakras so I can get back in line. Because I was just off course. 2018 was very hard for me. I was going through so much spiritual warfare. Because it was awakenings that, at the time I was awakening, and, I didn't understand none of that. I'm talking about, it was the point where I didn't understand gang stalking. I didn't understand being a target. I didn't understand of this program of, being a divine one. I'm telling you, or being like part of the collective of. I didn't understand none of that, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Only thing I knew about was biblical, like the biblical knowledge. That's it. I didn't know about a divine one actually living in the matrix, and what program they put every divine one in, and what you had to be awakened to, and the gifts that I had, and all. None of that. None of it. You said 2015 for you? Yeah, see? Yeah. Yeah, it's like confusion. It's like you're just awakening. So you don't know. Or partial of it, but you don't know, the actual of what you need. So that was confusing. I had to really open up my chakras. I had to release them. In order for me to be the person that I am today, I had to release them things. I'm talking about fully. I'm talking about fully. It had to all come out. I'm sorry. Because I wasn't going to make it. It was just too many, witches and warlocks. It was too much coming up against, me at that time, to where I had to get in line. The alignment was off. I had to get back in line. Yeah, very sleep. Yeah, it was. You knew it. Like, the more they came, the more you awakened to what was going on. But the beginning was a stretch. The beginning was a stretch. It was like, oh no, I had to wake up. It was like I was smart in certain areas, but I had to get fully activated if I wanted to be at a certain level to rise above it all. you have to be aligned. Your alignment got to be, you got to be aligned. In order to come up here, everything got to be aligned. You know, if you down here, you know, and that's chaos. That's like, what the freak? You're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. Yeah. Because really was they, as you was in the program, they were trying to program you. You know, they all try to program you right up in here. So you had to get in line so that you could actually be a candidate to beat that. Because they were trying to do all this up in here. They were trying to get you to be one of them. You know. And ooh, you had to get in line. Like, you had to listen to the Most High steps of, you know, you had to get in line with your whole chakras. Your heart chakra, you know, your mind, you know, your throat, your feet, you know, your spinal cords, the back, really your back, man. Because they really affect your back. Like, if you really, like, focus, all of the attacks are coming from your back. Mm-hmm. And when you research when they are attacking certain chakras according to your body, you understand what they're trying to do. Because I read that too. And when they try to attack your back, I believe they're trying to knock your stability. Like, it's like they coming for your stability. And if they coming for your legs or your feet, they're trying to get you away from your path and stuff. Y'all got to read upon that. That stuff is deep. You know, we'll do a video on that if anybody's interested. If you trying to figure out, oh, why they attacking my heart, or why they trying to attack my head, or you know, you will feel it. You will feel the energy coming from your head, your back, your neck, your legs, your feet. It's a meaning behind that. The reason why they're targeting that specific area. It's the reason. You know, and if they keep doing it and you ain't in line and you can't protect yourself, you're getting knocked off of that. You know, you wonder why, like, your finances is going bad, you know, your livelihood is crumbling and all this. This is what they're attacking. And that's why I said I had to get in line. Because that stuff was shaking. Yeah, the next video I'll talk about that, because I actually have a book. I actually have, like, y'all know I'm a nerd. So I'm writing down all type of stuff. When I get attacked in certain areas, at that time, I was writing down what would that mean? What did it mean when they were trying to, you know, put these energies on your feet? What was that? What are they trying to do? If they coming from my head and I'm feeling all this energy on my head, like, what does that mean? And then I was writing down what, you know, what they were trying to do when they were doing it. You know, and if you're not in line to even feel it, because some of you guys, your chakras is not even in line, so you don't even feel it, and they just doing it to you, and then it's starting to reenact in your life, and you're trying to figure out, man, why all hell is breaking loose, and you're not even knowing what's going on because you can't even feel it. See, when your chakras are open and you're in line, you can feel it. You can feel, oh, that's what they're trying to do. Okay, and you know how to protect it, and you know how to you know how to reverse it. You know how to reverse what they were trying to do. You know, but yeah, I'll do a video on that for sure, because that's something that you need to know. That's something that was kept from you. You know, and you wonder why. Dang, I didn't catch that. And they just pow, 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 and you ain't catch nothing. And they just knowing it's gonna manifest in your life. You know, I always wonder, because it'd be certain areas they be trying to attack at the time. And sometimes they'll be like, pow, 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 pow. You be like, why there, though? Why there? Like, it could be anywhere, but why there? You know, and I was like, then what's the meaning behind that? You know, or they'll have your feet, and you'll be like, what the freak was all this energy on my feet? And they just be poop, 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 poop. And you got to, like, try to figure out why there, though. Why in that specific, what does that mean? You know, and there's a spiritual meaning behind that. But we'll get into that, you guys. We've been out here. Yeah, exactly. Especially pow, 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 pow. When you getting all this up here. Oh, wait. No, ma'am. You said I can feel it. Yeah, and we're gonna go in on that too. You know, I got that book. I got 2 notebooks of why they attack you in different areas and why you feel it in certain areas. What's the meaning and why they constantly keep making sure they keep doing it. Oh yeah. We'll definitely go over that, sis. Don't even worry about it, because they think you thinking it's just some regular spiritual warfare. I mean, hey, they just throwing negative energy at me. No, they trying to knock you off. They trying to knock you off your square, trying to make sure you don't have any stability to even get back up. That's how they coming in different areas of your chakras that they attack. They don't want you to notice. They don't. That's why when they first be gunning, oh, I'm ready. I'll be, got my frequency, got my, hey, speak them words, get everything ready. But we gonna go over it. We're gonna go over it, because you're dealing with a lot of haters, a lot of jealousy and envy people who don't want to see you win. They don't want to see nothing good come your way. But we got spiritual knowledge of this, of what they're doing, and they hate it. The adversary hate when you have knowledge, when you got wisdom. He bank on you not knowing what he doing. Like he just think he wants you to be in this delusion of it being just random. That ain't nothing. And that's big what he doing. That's something that can change your whole game out here. If you don't catch it, if you don't reverse it in time, it could start manifesting for the worse. That's why you be hearing you get on this doom all day. Sometimes it ain't be like, sometimes it'll just be in the same area, just doom. You be like, what the freak? What they trying to do? What they trying to do? You think it ain't nothing though. It's just negative. You just regularly praying over yourself and it just be regular. That stuff don't be regular. They trying to really take your whole stance off of manifesting. Trying to get you shaking, like nothing come your way. When something's like blocked right here of it being what I'm about to tell you guys in the next video, of whatever that different parts of it being, and if they're tackling it and blocking it, you're not getting nothing. You're not receiving nothing. The stuff that you thinking you're gonna receive, it's not coming, ma'am, sir. You're not getting stuff you were supposed to get 6-7 years ago. It ain't coming to you because they put a block or something right there. It blocked it. Some of you guys, they put some stuff. Some of you guys, you got to get attacked by your eyes, and you trying to figure out, and it's because they don't want you to see. They don't want you to see. I'm talking about spiritually, on a level of seeing what's in your face, of you knowing something, that somebody may be trying to do something to you. You can't catch it. That's why some folks be like, I don't know, something start getting in my eyes, like an eye start twitching, or my eyes start getting watery, or start getting pink eye, or something start happening in your eye. These were things. This is why. Or your hair start getting itchy, and your head start getting like heavy, and all this stuff. Come on now. We gonna go over all this though, because trust me, I wrote everything down. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna have to walk my dog. Before the sun go down, I be trying to care for her, trying to, because I know she going crazy. But the next video, we'll go over, what the shockers and why they attack, what they attack, and why you should, release the blockage in your chakras so you can get in line to know these things. Okay? Yes, we'll talk later. You guys, have a beautiful day. It's beautiful outside, and the replay will be on YouTube too. I'm about to go post it right now, so this video will be on YouTube if anybody wanted to know. And I see you guys in the next video. All right.